Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm going to tell about a holy one. In India, people who are following Hindu religion believe the rivers as goddesses and pray them, and they say them they are holy ones. In India, the rivers also are called with female names. There are many holy rivers in India. I'm going to tell about one river. It is said in Puranas that the birth of this river is linked with Hindu Puranas and with Lord Vishnu and Shiva, and with the writing of epic Ramayana and Salagramas, which are said as the representations of Lord Vishnu and Shiva, and Tulasi plant, which is said as the representation of Mahalakshmi. So that river is Gandaki. The birth of Gandaki has many stories, and we will see about that stories. If you are watching my channel for the first time, please subscribe my channel Rani's Admire Nature and press the bell icon next to it to get my latest videos notification. Watch this video till the end, and if you liked it, please give a like and share it to your friends, family members, relatives and neighbors, and do your comments in the comment section. This will be very supportive to my channel. Gandaki River. Let us see the birth reasons of Gandaki River. The first story is there lived a prostitute named Gandaki in the place Sravasti. Though she is a prostitute, she kept a rule for herself that for one day she will be with one man only, and she services that man like a wife and treats him as a husband. So to test her, one day Lord Vishnu came in the form of common man and went to her. So she started to treat him like a husband and started to do service to him. She took him to give a bath. When she removed the clothes, the body is with full of ulcers. Seeing that, she didn't get irritated, but with wholeheartedly and kindly gave him bath and wear him the clothes. After that, she bought food to eat for him, but his hands are also with ulcers. So she feeded him the food with her hands and made him to lie on the bed. After some time, when she saw that the man was dead, she started to cry like a wife, and the body was taken to the graveyard for funeral. She came out of the house and distributed the money till she earned the day to the people over there, and ran towards the graveyard crying. The body was lit to fire. Many people tried to stop her, but she jumped into the fire. The next second, the fire turned into the flowers. There appeared Lord Vishnu along with Goddess Lakshmi and said, "I have come to test you, and I am very much pleased with your service, so I want to give you a wish." And she said, "You have to be born as my son." For that he said, "The wish will be fulfilled. In next gen, you will be born as river Gandaki. I will be born as Salagramas in the river beds of Gandaki." So the another story is there lived a beautiful and kind-hearted woman Priyamvada in the Videha kingdom. She was also a devotee of Lord Vishnu. She used to do lots of pujas and prayers for Lord Vishnu. Pleased with her devotion, Lord Vishnu appeared in front of her and asked for the wish. She said, "I want to give birth to you." For that he said, "In next gen you will be born as river Gandaki, and I will be born as Salagramas in the river beds of Gandaki." And the other is third one. Once Lord Brahma was feeling very bad seeing this creation and the creatures in the world all have doing wrong things and has become very cruel. So there is some mistake in my creation, that's why everything has gone wrong. So two teardrops fell from his eyes, and this turned into the river Gandaki. This is one story. And the fourth one. Once Lord Ganesha applied sandalwood paste all over his body and decorated him with gold ornaments and pearls and gems, and he was doing tapas on the banks of river Ganga. There came Princess Brinda, daughter of King Dharmadwaja. She was a great devotee of Lord Vishnu and wanted to marry him. When she saw Lord Ganesha, she admired him and asked him to marry her. For that, Ganesha refused. Immediately, Brinda cursed him that he will be a bachelor. Hearing that, Ganesha got angry at her that he will get married to a devil and suffer a lot. Hearing that, Brinda came to conscious and asked him to forgive her and take back the curse. For that, Ganesha said the curse can't be taken back, but he will marry him and suffer for some time, and at last he will reach Lord Vishnu, and at the end of your life as Brinda, you will turn as a holy plant Tulasi on the earth, and this is the representation of Goddess Lakshmi. So, Goddess Lakshmi is my mother. Mother can't do pujas for son, so Tulasi won't be used in my puja. But without Tulasi, Lord Vishnu's puja can't be completed. This is one story. The other one. There lived a king called Viprachit. He had a son, Dambu. He was a devotee of Lord Vishnu. Dambu didn't have children, so he went to Badrikavan and started to do tapas for hundreds of years. Seeing this tapas, the Devatas were frightened and ran to Lord Vishnu. He said, "He is my devotee, he is doing tapas for me. You don't worry." So, pleased with his tapas, Vishnu appeared in front of Dambu and asked what wish he wants. He said, "I want a talented son like you." Vishnu said, "The wish will be fulfilled." Dambu returned to his kingdom. After some time, his wife gave birth to a male baby, and they named him as Shankachur. Shankachur, as per the wish of Lord Vishnu, was very talented in all arts and skills and all the weapons used in the war. After he has completed all his education, he went to Vindhya hills to do tapas for Lord Brahma. After many years, pleased with his tapas, Lord Brahma appeared in front of him and asked for the wish. Shankachur asked, "I want immortality." For that, Brahma replied, "No, every creature born on this earth has to leave this world. So I will give you some other two wishes you ask that." As the first wish, he asked, "I want a holy wife." Second, "Till she is holy, no one should defeat and kill me." Brahma said, "The wishes will be fulfilled. You go to Badrikavan. There you will see Princess Brinda, daughter of King Dharmadwaja. She is doing tapas and she is the most holy woman on this world. You go there and tell about that and marry her." As per Lord Brahma said, Shankachur went to Badrikavan and saw Brinda. She was so beautiful, and the first time itself, Shankachur liked her and called her. Brinda opened her eyes and asked, "Who are you?" "I am Shankachur, son of King Dambu. Lord Brahma sent me here to marry you." So after that, they both got married, and Shankachur started to rule the kingdom. As he was very talented, he captured the earth and defeated the Devatas in heaven and captured that also and started to rule heaven, earth and Patal. All the Devatas went to Lord Vishnu to save them and the heaven. For that, Vishnu said his death is in the hands of Lord Shiva. All of them went to Lord Shiva and prayed him to save them and the heaven. The war was started between Lord Shiva and Shankachur. Before going to war, Brinda asked Shankachur, "Lord Shiva is a powerful god and he is the creator of the universe. How can you defeat him?" Shankachur replied, "Till you are holy, no one can defeat and kill me." He went to the war. The war was started between Shiva and Shankachur. Shiva was not able to defeat and kill him. Then Vishnu said, "If Brinda is holy, no one can kill and defeat him. I will change my appearance as Shankachur and I will be close with Brinda. At that time, you kill Shankachur." Lord Vishnu changed his appearance as Shankachur and went to Brinda and was close with her. At that time, Shiva killed Shankachur. After some time, Brinda came to know that he is Lord Vishnu, not her husband, and with angry, she shouted at him that you have cheated your devotee. You have behaved with me like a rigid hearted person, and you have killed my husband. So I curse you that you will turn into a hard stones. For that Vishnu said in before Jan in Dwapar Yuga, I was Lord Vishnu. You were friend of Radha. You used to do lots of service to me and once asked to marry you. Hearing that, Radha got angry and cursed you that you will be born on earth and suffer for some time and you will reach Lord Vishnu. And the Shankachur is none other than my friend Sudama. Hearing this, Brinda felt very sorry and asked him to forgive her. Vishnu said, your part as Brinda has come to an end and you will be as holy as before. Your body will turn into holy river Gandaki and your hair into holy plant Tulasi. And as per your curse, I will be born in the Gandaki river as hard rigid stones. The last one story. Once Indra, king of Devtas, and Brihaspati, Guru of Devtas, wanted to meet Shiva and were going to Kailash. With his power, Lord Shiva came to know this and wanted to test both of them, and he changed his appearance as evil spirit and was sitting near a tree. When they went to Kailash, Lord Shiva was not there. They saw the Betal, but they didn't identify that it was Lord Shiva. And Indra asked, did you see Lord Shiva? The Shiva in the form of evil spirit got angry as they didn't recognize him, but he remained quiet. Again, Indra, with angrily and with attitude, asked the evil spirit. Immediately, Lord Shiva came to his original appearance and he started to open his third eye. The fire sparks were coming. Brihaspati noticed this and kneeled down and fell on the foot of Shiva to forgive him for the mistake he has done, and he said Indra to do the same. After that, when the sparks were already coming out, so he changed the position of the sparks to fall on the ocean. In India, we call ocean as Samudra. The Samudra Raj took the male boy to the Lord Brahma. He named him as Jalandhar. Jal means water. As he is born in water, he named him as Jalandhar. And he said he will be very talented person and in all skills and in using weapons in the war. And I am giving him the wish that he will be killed only in the hands of Lord Shiva. After Jalandhar grown up, he has become into a strong devil king. He married devil king's Asuraneni's daughter Brinda. He also went on war with Devtas and defeated them and captured the heaven and started to rule heaven, earth and Patal. All the Devtas went to Lord Vishnu to save them and the heaven. Lord Vishnu was ready to war with Jalandhar. While he was leaving to the war, Mahalakshmi, wife of Vishnu, said, don't kill Jalandhar, he is my brother, as we are born from the ocean. For that Vishnu said, his death will be only in the hands of Lord Shiva. He went to the war and he was fighting with the Jalandhar. Vishnu was very impressed with the talent and the skills he used in the war, the weapons and everything. And he said, I am impressed with your talent and skills. I want to give you a wish. Jalandhar said, yourself and my sister Lakshmi has to come and stay at my home. As per the wish, Vishnu along with Mahalakshmi went to Jalandhar's home and stayed there. Seeing this, devotees were very much frightened and asked Devarishi Narad to help them from this big problem. Narad said, Lord Shiva can do it, but without any reason, he won't come to war. So he thought of a plan and went to Jalandhar and started to say about the beauty of goddess Parvati, wife of Shiva. And hearing all this, Jalandhar wanted to kidnap Parvati. As Jalandhar looks like Shiva with his magic, he tried to kidnap Parvati. Lord Shiva came to know this and got very angry, and the war was started between both of them. But Shiva was not able to defeat and kill Jalandhar. Vishnu said, till his wife Brinda is holy, no one can defeat and kill him. I will change my appearance as Jalandhar, and at that time you kill him. So he changed his appearance as Jalandhar and went to Brinda and was close with her. At that time, Shiva killed Jalandhar. Brinda came to know this and cursed that you killed my husband. I am cursing you that you will turn into hard rigid stones. Vishnu said, you are a representation of goddess Lakshmi. Your part has Brinda has come to an end, and you will be as holy as before. Your body will turn into the holy river Gandaki and holy plant Tulasi, and the women in the world will pray you with lots of bhakti. He said like that. And I will be born as rigid stones in the Gandaki river as per your curse. So these are the stories for the birth of the river Gandaki, Tulasi and Salagramas. Now let us see the birthplace of Gandaki and the flow of this river from Nepal to India in Bihar state till it combines with Ganga river. The birthplace of river Gandaki is near Mustang in the boundaries of Nepal and Tibet. This is the biggest river in Nepal. It is 3,900 meters from sea level. And it flows in India in the Bihar state. It combines with Ganga river at Shonepur near Patna city. So when it combines with other rivers, it has got many names. Let us see about that names. Near Mustang, it combines with Nischu and Sachu lake water. There it is called as Mustang Kola, and from there it travels towards northwest. At Khadbeni, it combines with Khadgola, which flows from Muktidam, and there it is called as Kali Gandaki. This is the deepest one, and from there it travels towards south, crossing Dhavalagiri and Annapurna peaks. It combines with the tributary Trishuli at Devgat. At Galeshwar it is called as Rahatkola. At Beni it is called as Maxigoli. At Kushma it is called as Modigola. At Rudrabeni it is called as Bhadigat. And at the boundaries of Shivaliks at the foot of Himalayas, it combines with Pachnab and Sohan river at Triveni and stays there as Gandaki. Though it has many names, it is mainly called with the names Gandaki, Kali Gandaki, Sapta Gandaki and Narayani. And many waters from the Himalaya mountains, from waterfalls and from other small rivers and from the lakes combine in this Gandaki river. And the flow of this river is very fast, and hydroelectricity power is generated from this Gandaki river. And there are many pilgrimage centers on the banks of river Gandaki. Among them, Muktinath is the most famous and auspicious temple. It is said in Puranas that Lord Vishnu gave Mukti to Brinda here only. That's why it has got the name Muktidam. Here, people of Hindu religion and Buddhist come here. Hindu religion call this god as Muktinath, whereas Buddhists call him as Avalokiteshvara. And there are historical places on the banks of this river. Among them, the most famous one is Valmiki Nagar, that is in Treta Yuga. here only Maharishi's Valmiki ashram used to be there, and here only Valmiki wrote the epic Ramayana. And it is also said that here only Lavakusha, sons of Lord Rama, were born, and they lived with their mother Sita here. And it is also said that here only Lavakusha captured and tied the horse which was used in the Yagna by Lord Rama. Now let us see about the Salagramas. The Salagramas will be in black color in small stones. These stones can be kept in our puja room, and the pujas can be performed to these Salagrama stones. If it is in bigger sizes, we shouldn't keep it at home. It can keep in the temples, and puja can be performed for that also. And there are some rare Salagramas also, that is in yellow color, blue color and red color. Red one also should be kept only at temples. And there is another rare Salagramas, that is Kurma Salagrama. Lord Vishnu's second avatar is Kurma avatar in his Dasavataras. This Kurma Salagramam opens his mouth. It looks like tortoise. This tortoise drinks lots of water, so they keep this Salagrama, Kurma Salagrama, in water. And if we do pujas to these Salagramas, it is said that we may get rid of from our financial and health problems. And if we do dana of the Salagrama in temples, it is said that health problems may get cured, and Navagraha doshas can be get cured. And if it is said that people in their last moment of their life, if they drink the water Abhishek to Salagrama, they will get moksha. And it is also said that if we sprinkle the Abhisheked Salagrama water on us, it is exact to the taking bath in Ganga river, and we will get more punya and good results while sprinkling the water Abhishek to Salagrama. And it is also said that doing pujas of Salagramas, we may get rid of from negative energies and some evil powers. Doing danas of Salagramas will get lots of punya, then donating the earth or land to the priest. So there are many powerful reasons for the puja done to the Salagramas. As per the Puranas, till now we saw the birth of Salagramas is the curse given to Lord Vishnu by Brinda. According to science, the scientist says that there is a fish-like creature. It is called Ame. It secretes an fluid, that is silicon dioxide, and it covers that fluid as its protection, and slowly it turns into a stones. After many thousands of years, it starts to become into a hard, rigid stone. Sometimes this animal or this creature dies in the Salagrama, or sometimes it leaves the Salagramas. And before it gets into the hard, rigid stone, it has a character of calcium bicarbonate. And after that, there is a creature called Vajrakitam. This is also called as Swarnabralu. This creature bites these Salagramas with its hard teeth and wings, and because the wings will be in golden color, when it bites with its teeth and with its the golden lice are formed in these Salagramas. When it bites, there are many designs are formed in these Salagramas. Some are represent Lord Vishnu and some represent Lord Shiva. So if there are many chakras found, for depending upon the count of chakras, there are names given to the Salagramas. If there is one chakra, it is called as Sudarshana. 2 Lakshmi Narayana, 3 Achyuta, 4 Janardana, 5 Vasudeva, 6 Pradyumna, 7 Sankarshana, 8 Purushottama, 9 Navavyuham, 10 Dasavataram, 11 Anirudh, 12 Vadasatmudu, and more than that it is called as Anantudu. If you people liked my narration, give me a like to this video and share it. Thanks for watching this video.